Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to go over my February books that I read, and then we will talk about my March TBRs. Alright guys, so I didn't really read as much as I wanted to this month, well, considering we just started the series like halfway through February. So I think I read 3 books in those 2 weeks, which I think is pretty good, at least for me. So we're gonna go over those books that I read. So from the last video, you saw that I was starting the 5th season and I was about halfway through. I gave this book, I'm on my Reads app, which, by the way, the link is, all my links to my socials is down below. I gave it 2.5 stars. And the reason why is it was so slow in the beginning, and the concept is interesting. It's kind of like The Last Airbender, the Avatar, The Last Airbender series, except it's about like the Earth people, so they can manipulate like Earth. So they can create earthquakes, move stones, and like quite like create fog. So it's pretty interesting that it's also like a book where they shame people with powers and they kind of use them. They're kind of like slaves to the empire, the government, and they do whatever the government's will is. And what's funny is that they don't realize that, why are they, I don't know. We'll probably go into it more in the other books in the series because it's, yeah, it was an interesting concept, but I think it was just so slow for me in the beginning. It didn't pick up till about 3/4 of the way in, when you realize that you start out with 3 characters in the beginning and you're thinking to yourself, oh, this is going to be about 3 different women. Um, and then all of a sudden you find out that it's all different timelines, and it's all about one woman, one main character. And that's where it got to me, where I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And so I started picking up speed reading. The ending left on a cliffhanger, and so I'm excited to see how the second book in the series, and I think there is, I probably mentioned it before, but there is, I forgot how many books in the series, but I'm excited to read the second one. I don't own the second one yet, since I have a long list of TBRs, and also I did do a bit of book shopping damage, which I will make a haul video of. But yeah, so 2.5 stars, hoping as we get on to the series, it'll pick up. I mean, when I looked at reviews, a lot of people give this book 5 stars. So it might just be me, might not just be my cup of tea, but I did finish it because I don't like leaving a book not finished. And I'm kind of glad I finished it, since I did really enjoy like towards the end. So I'm hoping that it just gets better from there. Now, the next book I read after that was my very first Colleen Hoover book. And the one that I picked was It Ends With Us. And I loved it. I gave this, I believe I gave it 5 stars. Let me check. Yes, I gave it 5 stars. Now, this book has a lot of triggers. So it has domestic abuse, sexual abuse, um, emotional and mental abuse. So if those are triggering for you, just prepare when you pick up this book. But this was such a fast read. I believe I read it in like one day. Um, And so I'm excited to see the second one, the sequel, which I did buy in my book haul. So I'm excited to get into that and see what happens in their continuing story. And I loved the ending because it showed strength and growth in the end. Um, and the main character, in a way, sometimes kind of pisses you off a little bit, but you understand her because of her background. And I think that's what got me. And the fact that the main guy that she is in love with is not the right guy for her, even though she's in love with him. But then she also realizes that a guy that she was in love with when she was growing up could also be the one. And so I'm excited to see what happens to that love story. And I don't know if I didn't read the synopsis of, or of the second one, and I don't really watch, like, I watch book reviews, but I don't watch anything with like spoilers. You know what I mean? But I'm excited to read the second one. And then the last book I read for the last 2 weeks of the month was Threadneedle. And Threadneedle, I gave 4.5 stars. I wish you could do half stars in Good Goodreads, but you can't, which is annoying because I just have to remember. But I gave this 4.5 stars. And the only reason why I took off a half of a star was because the main character was kind of annoying. Like, I loved the supporting characters much more than the main character. Um, and she was just like annoying me, like I was just like, grow a backbone, like get some strength, girl. But then you have to remember it's set in a high school, and it's almost like a private all girls school, and it's almost like The Craft, almost, where they're discovering their powers, or they're trying to learn to use their powers. And my favorite character is Rowan, and she reminds me of me, and like I just love it. And then I'm excited because Rowan, I think the second book in the sequel is about Rowan, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, I think if you like, it's almost like the craft movie, but the ending got to me because it was a big twist, which I didn't expect. Like, I kind of expected something, but I didn't expect it to be that. So this was a good one. Now, on to what I plan on reading. And currently, I just started the Shadow and Bone series because, as you know, this series is on Netflix. I did like the first season. The second season, I believe, starts sometime next week, the 16th or something like that. So I wanted to read the books because my sister, or I don't know, I don't remember if I bought it for her or my other sister did, but my middle sister, Laverne, she read the series and she was like, yeah, I don't want to watch the show anymore. So I'm excited to read it because, as we know, books 99% of the time are way better than the movies and the series. Um, you could still love a series, but books are always like my preference. So I'm excited. I just started the first one, so I'm excited to get that through. And it looks like it's going to be a really fast read, so I'm excited to start that series. The next book for March, so I'm going to be basically reading 2 series, and I'm hoping I could finish it in March. And we're already almost halfway, because I did finish one already, and that one was the second book of the series. What was it? Curse and Craving by Jill Ramsauer. And then the second book was called Venom and Vice. It's of the Myth and Man series. So I'm gonna give a review when we do our March a recap later at the end of the month. But that was a fabulous book. That's just a heads up. But anyways, the next one in this is a book series that I'm gonna read is the Cassandra Clare series, The Mortal Instruments, the Shadow Hunters collection. And I just bought the whole paperback collection because I did pick up the other prequel series that everybody's talking about. Um, but I wanted to read this one first because I've never read the books. I didn't enjoy the movie, and I never got into the TV show Shadowhunters. So I'm hoping like when I read this, I might want to watch the show. But yeah, I'm excited to delve into this. I hope it's a fast read because I am tackling like 2 huge book series this month, but I'm excited. Also, a TBD TBR to be determined, to be read is something that me and my coworker started at work. We started a book club and we're meeting next week to discuss what our first book we're gonna read is. So I'm excited. So I'll probably be trying to jump from book to book. I don't usually like reading 2 books at the same time because um I like enjoying one book at a time. I like savoring it and enjoying it. But I have been flying through books pretty quickly, so it probably won't be a problem. So I'll probably like end up like stopping in between a book series and then reading what my book club chooses. But I'm excited to start that as well. So yeah, and that's it. I will be filming a book haul because I did do some damage with some books. And I should be good for the year unless I fly through those or there's something. One of them is a series and I have to read the second one right away. I can't wait. But other than that, I think that book haul, I'm pretty good for the rest of the year, or at least for most of the year with this recent book haul. And so keep a lookout for that video. And yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Bye, guys.